This is Shelley Kraft coming to you live on SNNLive. We're coming to you from Dawson James Securities' 4th Annual Small Cap Growth Conference 2018 in Jupiter, Florida. With me today is Spiro Rombotis of Cyclacel. It's a publicly traded company on NASDAQ, and the symbol is CYCC. Spiro, welcome to SNNLive.
Shelley, thank you for having me on.
It's good to have you. Now let's get started with a brief overview of the company for our audience, and we'll go from there.
We are a cancer company. We're developing drugs to overcome resistance in cancer and therefore protect the enormous investment that society makes in developing these medicines.
What's some history behind the company?
The company was founded by a world-renowned academic, Professor David Lane, who discovered some novel classes of compounds called CDK inhibitors, which are now approved class, helping many patients with breast cancer. Our goal is to take this class into liquid cancers like leukemias and beyond.
What is the company's competitive advantage?
Well, we are the first in this important class of new medicines, which also has a Nobel Prize behind it in 2001, to show that we can overcome resistance to existing approved medicines by lowering important proteins that cancer cells express and therefore become immortal in humans.
What is the competitive landscape like? In other words, what other drugs are out there that you're bringing to the market?
Well, there are about a dozen companies trying to do the same thing we just showed in a major cancer conference this past spring, which is to lower these proteins that make the cancer cells immortal, especially in a chronic type of leukemia. Beyond these dozen companies, a number of other companies have shown early results in mice, but we're the only ones to show this in humans in a clinical trial.
What is your target market?
The target market initially would be chronic leukemia, the biggest type of leukemia, where 2 approved drugs that are not chemotherapy are given to patients. Both of these drugs ultimately, though, will fail, and the patients will relapse. Our goal is to give a combination of those drugs with our own in the purpose of giving the patients a chance to achieve a remission that lasts much longer, ideally more than 2 years.
What's your background?
My background is in hospital management. I've been in the drug industry for 35 years and in Cyclacel for 20.
Now, from what you can tell me as a publicly traded company, what are some growth drivers?
I think the major growth driver in our industry is data. We expect to have data from this chronic leukemia trial by the end of 2019. We recently announced a large partnership with MD Anderson Cancer Center, one of the biggest leukemia hospitals in the world, where they will take much of the cost of doing these studies on their own budget, and we will have the chance to hopefully get these results and report them in the next few quarters.
Who are some other part of your management team?
The medical director is Dr. Judy Chow. She is a certified hematologist treating oncology patients for many years. She was at the US FDA for 5 years before joining Cyclacel. Paul McBarron, our chief financial officer, has a 25-year history in biotech and pharma companies, and also other executives in our science field led by Dr. David Blake, who is actually a student of Professor Lane many years ago when the company got started.
Spiro, let's get your website out for more information, if you would.
www.cyclacel.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, Spiro Rombotis from Cyclacel Pharma. It's a publicly traded company, and the symbol on NASDAQ is CYCC. I'm Shelley Kraft. This is SNNLive, and we're coming to you live from the Dawson James Securities 4th Annual Small Cap Growth Conference 2018 in Jupiter, Florida. Spiro, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.